Dark psychology of simps. Why men worship women. Dark psychology is a term that refers to the study of the darker aspects of human behavior and the psychological tactics that are used to influence others. Imagine a man, hollowed out by longing, sacrificing his money, his time, his very self-worth at the altar of a woman who offers only crumbs of attention in return. This is not love. It is a form of worship born from a profound emptiness. Why would a person willingly become a slave to an illusion? What deep existential void does this desperate devotion attempt to fill? This is the unsettling paradox we must confront. The simp is not just a fool, but a mirror reflecting a terrifying modern sickness of the soul. This sickness is not new. Philosophers like Schopenhauer saw it clearly. The human will is a desperate, blind striving, and we often attach it to objects that promise relief from our suffering. The simp projects his entire sense of worth onto an external object, the woman, hoping her validation will silence the internal void screaming within him. It is his spiritual bypass, a desperate attempt to outsource his existential purpose. Carl Jung would call this a crippling inflation of the anima, where the inner feminine ideal is not integrated, but is instead projected outward, creating a god to be worshipped. This is the root, a profound failure of self-actualization, where a man seeks his reflection in the eyes of another, only to find a deeper emptiness staring back. But what are the devastating, unseen costs of living in this state of perpetual, self-created servitude? This servitude silently rewires his reality. Neurologically, every intermittent reward, a text back, a fleeting compliment, triggers a dopamine hit more addictive than consistent affection, locking him in a Skinner box of his own making. Culturally, he is conditioned to believe this sacrificial devotion is romantic, even noble, when it is merely a transaction where he is the only investor. His identity erodes, replaced by a puppet whose strings are pulled by the anticipation of validation. He becomes a ghost in his own life, his potential sacrificed at an altar that demands everything and offers nothing but the echo of his own need. This is the trap. But how does one even begin to shatter chains they've been taught to cherish? The path to rebellion requires a radical, counterintuitive awakening. The rebellion begins not with action, but with a devastating thought. What if she is not the prize? What if you are? This is the radical shift. It demands you sever the link between attention and self-worth to reclaim your psychic energy. This is Viktor Frankl's ultimate freedom, a space between stimulus and response, where you choose your own meaning. It is a conscious descent into your own void, not to fill it with another, but to build a foundation within it. This is the path of Nietzsche's Bermensch, creating values from your own will, not inheriting them from another's approval. You must become the source of your own validation, but this leads to one final, terrifying question. What is the ultimate truth of this profound self-ownership? The ultimate truth is this: the woman was never the oppressor. She was merely a screen for your own projection. The real prison was built from your own neglected potential, the god you outsourced to avoid the terrifying responsibility of creating yourself. True power is not in receiving love, but in becoming a source in it, so complete in your own purpose that your presence is a gift, not a petition. This is the final paradigm shift, from worshiping another to recognizing the divine within yourself. The journey ends not with obtaining a person, but with becoming one. Now, look inward. Who will you find there? If you've ever experienced or witnessed the effects of dark psychology in relationships, share your thoughts in the comments below. For more insights into the complex world of human behavior and psychology, check out my next video on the secrets of building genuine connections.